Hello, welcome back to some 1969 APBA baseball. Today we have the San Francisco Giants in town to play the Cincinnati Reds. Both of these teams are probably going to be major players in the newly formed National League West. So far, going into this game, the Giants are 5-1, and the Reds are 4-2. So both teams off to a pretty good start. This is the first meeting of the two, and this is just a one-game series. I don't know if it was intentionally scheduled that way or if that was from rainouts, but at any rate, this is the only game this time. These two will be playing each other. So, without further ado, we will get it going. On the mound for the Reds is Jim Maloney. He is, as you can see there, 1-0 with a .225. This will be his second start. He is a with a W, which is an interesting combination. So a good grade, but a bit wild. As you can see, in his 1-0 victory, he gave up 6 walks. So hopefully he will fare better this time with his control, but he does have that W. He's a 15, which is a very high B. So he, again, with the splits, will probably be in the A range quite a bit. He does have the G, which means he doesn't give up as many home runs as the average duck. And so with that, we will get started. So leading off, oddly enough for the Giants, is Willie Mays. These are as-played lineups, so I was a little surprised that they had Mays leading off, especially this late in his career, but here he is. So without further ado, we'll get things going. So versus a right-hander, Mays has a 0, so that will keep Maloney at a B. Mays off to a good start, as you can see there, 348, no extra base hits, however. 44, and that's going to be a single to left field. So Johnson will play it on a couple hops, fire it back into the infield. This game is underway. So Mays continues his hot hitting. He is fast, according to the APBA gurus. So he will get the green token. That brings up Ron Hunt, the San Francisco second baseman. He's hitting .364 with a couple home runs. As you can see, he only had 3 in real life, so he is a bit ahead of schedule. Let's see, Clyde King, San Francisco manager, is debating whether he is going to bunt here. With Maloney on the mound, I think we'll let him hit away. Start off here with a little bit more aggressive, see how it goes. So again, Hunt versus right-handers is a -4, so that will improve Maloney to an A as an apple. Here is the delivery. 63, that's a fly ball out to center field. Pete Rose will get to it, and Mays will hold it first, 1 away. It's interesting, they have Pete Rose in center and Bobby Tolan in right. I think later this year they decided that wasn't the best approach, and because Tolan was a great fielder and Rose wasn't bad, but when it comes to center field, Tolan is much better out there. That brings us to Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonds, that is. He's hitting .231, couple home runs, couple RBI. He's a 0, so that will move Maloney to a B as in boy, 1 out. Mays on first base with good speed. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be trouble, so that's an 8. Actually, it's not. That's going to be a ground ball down to third. Mays is going to get to second pretty quick, so Perez will go to first, and that's 2 outs. 22-8, yep, he's a B, so that's exactly what it is. So ground out. Mays will go to second, and there's 2 out with Mays on second base. That brings us Willie McCovey, who's the hottest hitter in the National League right now, hitting .478, 5 home runs, 13 runs driven in, 4 doubles. So McCovey is just killing it. And I think in light of that, you would just almost have to intentionally walk him here. And that's exactly what Dave Bristol is going to instruct Maloney to do. as some fans boo. Oh, yeah. All right, so we got runners on first and second, 2 out for the catcher, Jack Hyatt. He's hitting 200. McCovey is slow, so he gets the red. So Jack Hyatt in a clutch situation here early in the game versus right-handers. He will improve Maloney to an A. Here is the delivery. 56, and he's going to go down swinging. So Maloney with a nice fastball up and in. Hyatt not able to catch up to it, and that'll do it for the Giants in the first. No runs, 1 hit. They left 2 on. Half an inning, no score. Gotta get my scorebook here. Again, I keep score. It's just something I enjoy doing. It does slow down the broadcast just a little, but I do like keeping score. All right. Pete Rose will lead off for the Reds. Switch hitting center fielder. Bobby Bolin is on the mound for the Giants. He is 0-1, so he's credited with the only loss San Francisco has so far this season. 368, so he didn't have a bad game, but took the loss nonetheless. Pete Rose is hitting 278. He was the National League batting champ with average last year and this year. So versus a right-hander, he's a 0. Bolin is a C, a very low C. He's a 5. He has the Y modifier. He has the L, home run modifier, so he will give up more than the average Ducks home runs. So with a 0, that will make, actually, Bolin will be a D as in dog on this at-bat. So here we go. Rose in the left-handed batter's box. Bolin looks into Hyatt for the sign, and here it is. 24, and that's going to be a fly ball out to Willie Mays in center field. Willie is a great center fielder, and he makes that for out number 1. Bobby Tolan, left-handed hitting right fielder, will step into the left-handed batter's box. He's off to a good start, 360 with a bomb and 2 RBI. Versus righties, he's a -3, oddly enough, so he prefers lefties even though he is a lefty. And so that will make a C as in cat out of Bolin. 52, and that's a ground ball down to third base. Davenport fields it on the short hop. Stands and throws him out. Nice hustle by Tolan to get down the line, but he is a ground out victim nonetheless. 2 away. Alex Johnson, right-handed hitting left fielder. He's hitting 261 with a home run, a triple, and 5 runs driven in. He, too, prefers the lefties, so he will make Bolin a B as in boy, or a C as in cat, I mean. Again, Bolin's technically, at least on my scale, he's a high D, so, but again, he will be in the C quite a bit. And that's going to be a ground ball to Hunt at second base. And he will make the play easily to retire the side. So one inning in the book as the Reds go in order. And we go to the second inning with no score. Six, 7, and 8 scheduled for San Francisco here in their half of the second inning. Dave Marshall, who's getting a start. He's only got 4 at-bats so far. Playing left field. He is hitting 500, though. He's 2 for 4 so far. Versus right-handers at 16, so that'll make an A for Maloney. And here it is. 21, and he strikes out swinging. So Maloney with his second strikeout of the game. Takes care of Marshall. Now we'll focus his attention on Davenport. Davenport's a -4. That's a 19, so that will still be an A. Davenport hitting just a measly 182 so far. 43, and that's bounced back to the box. Maloney with nice reflexes will grab it from the air and throw to first leisurely for out number 2. quickly 2 out, and Hal Lanier, the shortstop, will step up. He is a switch hitting shortstop, so as a result, he will be hitting the left-handed batter's box this time. He's hitting 280, so he's off to a decent start, especially seeing he only hit 228 in real life. He will make Maloney an A. Here is Maloney's offering, and that's going to be hit out the opposite field to Alex Johnson, who is not a great fielder, but he will be able to handle this one to retire the side. So Jim Maloney returns the favor and retires the Giants in order. We go to the home half of the second, still no score. All right, 4, 5, and 6 up for Cincinnati. Tony Perez will take the first crack at bowling this inning. He's hitting 200. No home runs, 3 runs driven in, so he's off to a bit of a slow start. As you can see there, he had a very good year. -2, so that'll make a C as in cat out of bowling. 22, and that's going to be a re-roll, so Perez gets one he can handle. Let's see what he does with it. 55, and that is out of here. So Tony Perez.
Back, gone.
With his first home run of the year, and the Reds jump out 1-0. Hope that wasn't too loud. I'm going to drop that down just a little. All right, so big bomb there. And that will bring Lee May to the plate, who has 4 home runs, so he's second in the league behind Willie McCovey, who has that 5 that we've already noticed. So -3, he'll make a C for bowling. Here is May, 21, and he strikes out looking. So May frozen with a curveball there, bowling with a nice bender. Gets his first strikeout of the game, first out of the inning. And Johnny Bench will take his crack at bowling this time. -2, so that'll make bowling a C. Johnny's hitting 263 with a home run. 14, that's a high fly ball out to left field. That one might bring rain. Marshall waits for it to finally come down, and it does. That's the second out of the inning. So Johnny Bench got under that one. That's quite a lineup there. The Reds, if their pitching was any better this year, they would have been much more of a threat. They still had a good year. But as you know, the Braves ended up winning this in real life. They're off to a slow start in my replay. But, all right, 2 out, Tommy Helms. He'll make a C as in cat out of bowling. Helms is hitting 217. 64, and that's a ground ball down to Davenport. He backhands it along the line and makes that long throw across the infield to get Helms to retire the side. So Bolin retires him in order, other than Tony Perez's solo jack. We've played 2 here at Crosley Field, 1-0 Cincinnati Reds. Bobby Bolin, the pitcher, will lead off for the Giants here in the third. He, as you can see, hit 154, so in the home run, couple doubles, not horrible for a pitcher. -4, he'll make an A out of Maloney. And that's a 16, and that's a ground ball down to Woodward at short. He will make the throw and get Bolin by a couple steps, as Bolin wasn't in a terrible hurry to get to first base. 1 away. Willie Mays with the only hit for the Giants. He singled to lead off the game. Again, he's a 0, so that'll put Maloney at a B as in boy. 62, and he strikes out swinging. So Maloney with a changeup. Mays obviously expecting a fastball. Comes up short on that one. Third strikeout for Maloney today. So quickly 2 away, and that brings us to Ron Hunt, who is 0 for 1. He flew out to Rose. He will make an A as an apple out of Hunt, or out of Maloney, I mean. 53, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Woodward, and it's going to eat him up. So he allowed it to get the in-between hop, And as a result, it played him instead of him playing it. That's going to be the first error of the game for either team. So E6. Error on Maloney. Or not Maloney. That would be an error on Woodward. All right. That'd be insult to injury, wouldn't it, given the error to the pitcher? All right, Bobby Bonds will step up with 2 out. Runner on first. He will keep Maloney at a B as in boy. Bonds grounded out to end the first. Hunt, or not Hunt. Yes, Hunt is of average speed, so he gets the yellow. 2 out, runner on first. Bobby Bonds, right-hander versus right-hander. Again, he is not bad against righties, so he will keep Maloney at a B. 36, and that's going to be a walk. Again, Maloney has the W, but you would have needed the Z there, so that's his second walk of the game. Again, he gave up 6 in his first start, looking for better things here. But so far, he's walked 2 and 3, so. That puts him at first and second, 2 out. Bonds is fast. Maloney digging himself a bit of a hole as he faces Willie McCovey, and he intentionally walked him last time they faced. Not able to do that this time, so +1. He makes a B as in boy out of Maloney. Cincinnati fans holding their breath. 35, that's a 9 on a B, and that's going to be a little nubber out in front of the plate as McCovey gets on top of one. And Maloney over to try to field it, and he throws, and McCovey beats it out. So McCovey, not known for his speed, hit that one right in the right spot, and he is able to leg it out, and that's going to load the bases. Second hit for San Francisco. First one this inning. We've got an error and a walk, so 2 out rally here. All of this happening with 2 away already. And that brings us to Jack Hyatt, who has left 2 runners on already today. So we got average, fast, and slow on the bases. So. All right, Hyatt will make an A as an apple. Out of Maloney, we got the bases loaded. There's 2 outs. Again, Jack Hyatt struck out to end the first with 2 runners on. Now he has the same situation with 3 on. So Clyde King might decide not to have him batting 5th. But again, hindsight's 20/20, right? So that's a 26, and he goes down swinging. So once again, Maloney overpowers him with an inside fastball. He figured it worked good the first time, and he had success with it the second time. So once again, Hyatt has left a total of 5 on and 2 at bats. So no runs, a hit, 1 error. They leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Reds still enjoying a 1-run lead. Eight, 9, and 1 scheduled for Cincinnati here in their half of the 3rd. Woody Woodward, right-handed hitting shortstop. -3, 8, so he'll make a C out of Bolin. Here is his offering. That's fly ball, looped out to center field. Mays charging, will take it at the knees, out number 1. Even at this advanced age, Willie Mays covers a lot of ground out there. So 1 out. That'll bring Jim Maloney, the pitcher, to the plate. Not bad, 200. A couple doubles, a triple, 3 home runs. So Maloney can hit a little bit. Versus righties, he's a 0, so that will make Bolin a D as in dog. 56-34. They're a 2 as a team and on the infield, and that's going to be with the Y. That's going to be a strikeout swinging. So Maloney overpowered with a curve. Nice breaker there by Bolin. That's his second strikeout of the game. 2 away for Pete Rose. So 2 out, nobody on. And he will make a D as in dog out of Bolin, as Rose's switch hitter is better against the right-handed pitching and hitting left-handed. 61's a 24, and that's going to be a hard grounder down to Lanier, and he is set perfectly and makes the play to retire the side. So once again, Reds go in order. And he's pitching a perfect game other than that home run to Tony Perez. We've got a third of the game here in the books. The Reds up 1-0. Dave Marshall, left fielder, will be up first. He struck out in his first at bat versus righties. He's a -1, so that will make an A out of Maloney. 25 is a 9 on an A, and that's a ground ball to short. Woodward fields it and throws him out for the first out of the inning. Jim Davenport will make an A out of Maloney. Davenport grounded back to Maloney in his first at bat. 15, and that's an 8 on an A. That's popped up on the infield. Tony Perez will call for it, and he will take it for the second out of the inning. 8th place hitter Hal Lanier will kick his crack. He ended the second with a fly out to Alex Johnson in left. He will make an A out of Maloney. A as an apple. 2 out, nobody on. 33 is 7, and that's going to be a slapped out to right field. That will drop in between Helms, Rose, and Tolan. 2 out single. Third hit of the game for the Giants. And if nothing else, that'll at least get the pitcher through the lineup for him. Lanier is average, so he's on first. We've got 2 out. Bolin will make an A out of Maloney. Here is his pitch. 42, and he strikes out swinging. So Maloney with his 5th strikeout. So he's got some stuff working for him this evening in a night game here in Cincinnati. 5,726 on hand. The weather is not great. We got a kind of a nasty night tonight, but good enough to get the game in. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Reds still up by 1. 2, 3, and 4 scheduled for the Reds here in the 4th. Bobby Tolan is 0 for 1. He'll start off the festivities here. Versus righties, he's a -3, so that will make Bolin a C as in cat. 54, and that's pulled out to Bonds. Hit on the screws, but right to the right fielder for out number 1. So nice job. Tolan hit it hard, but unfortunately he didn't hit it where they ain't. Alex Johnson, -4. He'll make a C out of Bolin. Johnson grounded out to end the first inning. 43, and that's a little number out in front of the plate. Bolin off the mound, waves off Hyatt, scoops it up, and fires a BB to McCovey for out number 2. So again, Johnson fast, so not a lot of time for Bolin there, but he hustled and made the play. 1 out, or 2 outs rather. And that brings us Tony Perez. He's the only hit today, a home run back in the 2nd. He will make a C as in cat out of Bolin. Uh-oh. And Tony Perez gets another one here. Bolin hangs a curve. Let's see what Tony's able to do with it. 45, and that's going to be hit out to the left center field gap, high and deep. That's going to hit high off the wall. Mays will play it, and Tony Perez will be it in with a stand-up double, his second double of the year. And so Tony Perez is a one-man wrecking crew so far this evening. So 2 out, runner on second, and that brings us Lee May. Lee May struck out in his first at bat, looking for a chance to drive in a run here with a runner in scoring position. Bolin will be a C. Perez is slow. With 2 outs, they're going to go ahead and play normal, so they're going to be a little aggressive. That can be risky sometimes, but with 2 outs, the chances are a bit more that he will be able to advance safely. 31 is a 9 on a C. Oh, and that's going to be, let's see, that's going to be hit down to Davenport. And he will make the play to McCovey to end the inning. So Lee May not able to get the clutch hit. Nice job by Bolin to strand Perez at second. So the Reds get a hit, leave their first runner on of the game. We have played 4 here at Crosley Field. Cincinnati Reds 1, San Francisco Giants nothing. All right, top of the order is scheduled up for San Francisco. Mays will keep Maloney at a B as in boy. He's 1 for 2 this evening. Uh-oh. Mays gets one he's able to handle. 42. And that's going to high and deep. Maloney is a G, so 11 to 26. It stays in the park. And it does. So that's hit high off the left field wall. And Mays will be in with a stand-up double himself. That's his first double of the season. Just missed a bomb there. And so he leads off with a tying run at second base. Nobody out. Okay, that brings us to Ron Hunt. 2 out, or man on second rather. Nobody out. Mays with good speed. Get the green token. So we could bunt here. Again, Clyde King debating his options, and I think he's going to let him hit away. The Reds have the corners in, expecting a possible bunt. And Hunt was going to swing away. Let's see what happens. By the way, he makes an A out of Maloney. 25, 9 on an A with a runner on second. That's going to be a slow grounder to short. Woodward will charge and fire on to Lee May for the out. Mays will make it to third on the play. So Hunt does a good job of advancing the runner, even though he hit it to the wrong side. The fact that he didn't make good contact worked out well for him, so that puts 1 out. Mays on third. The Reds are going to bring the infield in. They've got Bobby Bonds to contend with. He will keep Maloney at a B. Bonds has walked and grounded out. Again, the Reds infield in. Uh-oh. That's hit high and that's hit deep. Again, Maloney is a B, so 11 to 26. It stays in the park. And it does. That's another high drive, and that's not going to just miss going out of the park. Mays will score, and Bonds will be on second base with his first double of the year, his third run driven in. We have a tie ball game. So that G has come in handy here this inning. So runner on second. Bonds with good speed. Got a tie ball game. Willie McCovey. Yeah, you got to intentionally walk him here. I mean, again, it's just, you just got to. All right, so the second time McCovey has been walked. He is slow. With 1 out, they're going to play it safe with him. So business as usual with Bonds. McCovey will be playing it safe. We've got runners on first and second for Jack Hyatt. Jack Hyatt has left on 5 runners today. So he is a righty, and it'll make an A out of Maloney. The Reds at double play depth, obviously looking for that inning-ending double play would be nice. Hyatt has struck out twice so far. 51-14, and that's going to be a walk to load the bases. So again, that's Maloney's Achilles heel this year, his lack of control. So he is about to be in trouble. He walks Hyatt, not what he wanted to do for sure. So Hyatt is slow. Covey is slow. Bonds with good speed. So again, the first guys on first and second, they're going to play it safe. With one out, Dave Marshall with a chance to do some damage. The Reds are going to go ahead and stay back at double play depth all around the infield. Marshall versus a righty will make a 16 out of Maloney. He is 0 for 2. 15-8 on an A, and that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. That's going to be deep enough to get the speedy Bonds in. McCovey's going to hold up at second, but the Giants have taken the lead. So, nice job by Marshall. Hit it deep enough there to get the run in. Sacrifice fly 9, out number 2, RBI for Marshall. So that leaves McCovey at second, Hyatt at first. With 2 outs, and they've got the lead, they're going to go ahead and play business as usual. So they'll be a little aggressive here. See how that works out. Davenport, who is 0 for 2, will step into the right-handed batter's box. He's hitting 154 so far this year. Versus a right-hander's a -4, so that'll be an A for Maloney. Again, the infield back obviously with 2 out, and the Giants are going to play business as usual with 2 away. 34, and that's a fly ball out to Pete Rose in center field, and he will track it down to end the inning. So that one could have been a lot worse, but the Giants do get 2. Fly out to center field. They get 2 on 2 base hits. No errors. They leave 2 runners on, and we have got 4.5 in the books, and the Giants have jumped out 2-1. Again, these 2 teams are probably going to have an exciting year with the Braves. So that I think I can't remember for sure, but I think the National League West was probably the best race in the major leagues. You know, the Orioles, they pretty much demolished everybody. Of course, the East was pretty good. I think the Cubs and the Mets and the Pirates aren't bad. They've got some interesting things. And then the A's weren't quite what they were in the earlier 70s, but they were getting close. So, but anyway, you never know how it will play out. That's why we roll the dice. So Bobby Bolin will take the mound here in the 5th with a 1-run lead. He'll start off with Johnny Bench. Bench will make Bolin a C as in cat. Johnny is flied out to left in his only at bat so far. 15, and that's a single to center field. So Johnny Bench with a leadoff single. He is average in speedability, according to APBA. That gives us Tommy Helms. They've got the corners in, but I think Dave Bristol is going to let him hit away. So a little aggressive here. We'll see how it pays off. Bolin will be a C as in cat. Helms is 0 for 1 today. 25 on an 8 and a C, and that's a single to center field. Bench will hold up at second base, so the Reds have their first 2 runners on here in the 5th. So Bench is average. Helms is fast. That gives us Woody Woodward, the 8th place hitter. And again, Maloney can hit a little bit, so I don't think they're going to bunt, though. They're going to let Woodward hit away. Woodward is 0 for 1 with a fly out versus Bolin. Bolin will be a C as in cat. Here is the delivery. Uh-oh. That's a 7 on a C. That's a single to left. 1 runner scores. Helms is chugging around as that one was hit into the gap. Marshall cuts it off. He's going to hold Woodward to a single, but Helms is going to be into third with a slide, and the Reds have him on the corners and a tie ball game. So Woody Woodward gets his second RBI of the season, and he was hitting 190 coming into that at bat, so nice clutch hit there for the Cincinnati shortstop. So they have him on the corner, so that'll get the San Francisco bullpen up and moving around. So I don't know why I keep calling them the Pirates. The Giants are going to bring the infield in for Maloney. We got first and third. Helms is fast and Woodward is average. First and third, Maloney will make a C out of Bolin. Again, infield in. 31-9 on a C, and that's going to be a single over short. So Maloney muscles one over Lanier's head. Marshall will play it, and Woodward will hold up at second, and the Reds are up 3-2. Oh, hold on a minute. I think I had the wrong card there. I sure did. Yep, so let's look at that again. So that was a 31-14, and that's actually going to be a walk loading the bases. Yep, 31-14. So glad I caught that. All right. Sometimes you forget to move the cards. So that's the first walk given up by Bolin today. But he has not helped his cause any as the bases are now loaded. Let's see. Woodward and Maloney are average. That brings Pete Rose to the plate. So they're going to bring the infield in again. Again, trying to cut off the run. Pete Rose is 0 for 2 this evening. Versus righties, he will keep Bolin at a D as in dog because he does prefer the right-handed pitching. 55 is a 7 on a D. That's a single over second. Runners score, the other to second, a fast to third. Maloney is not fast, so Helms is going to score. Woodward is going to score. They throw it to the infield, hold Maloney up at second. And Pete Rose gets his third and fourth RBIs of the season, and the Reds are up 4-2. So again, Maloney holds up at second. 2-run single for Charlie Hustle. In real life, this game I think was 11-13. So it was a crazy affair in real life. So they're going to give Bolin one more chance. Again, this is 1969, so Maloney is average. Rose is fast. Runners on first and second, still nobody out. Infield at double play depth. Bobby Tolan is 0 for 2. Bobby Tolan, yep. -3 is an 8. That'll make a C out of Bolin. Bolin, this is his last chance. 16, that's a ground ball to short. Lanier is a good shortstop. He's a column 1. So with the infield back, let's see. We got runners on first and second. Let's try that again. 28, and that's going to be a hard ground ball to Lanier, and he makes a fine play on it. Throws on to Hunt, who makes a nice pivot, avoiding Charlie Hustle sliding in hard, and gets Tolan by a step. So that'll be a rally killing double play. Just double check that. 16, he's 28. Yep, that's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. The runner to third. So out goes 6-4-3. Okay, so that brings Maloney at third. 2 out. 6-4. 6-4-3. So Bolin 1 out from getting out of this with not nearly as much damage as he could have. So Maloney's on third. We got 2 out. Alex Johnson will make Bolin a C as in cat. Johnson's 0 for 2. Again, this Reds lineup can hit. That's one thing you got to say about him. Probably the best in the majors overall. Throw the dice in the floor, and Johnson gets a good one here. That's a 22-7 versus a C, and that's going to be a single to left. And Maloney will score easily. Marshall will play it on a couple hops, and Johnson with his 6th run driven in of the season. That's going to be it. That's going to be it for Bolin. RBI single for Johnson. He is fast. And so let's find us a pitcher. So Clyde King brings on Ron Herbel, right-handed pitcher from Denver, Colorado. He is a C with an RZ, so I have to remember that R. That's not very common, and I have to remember to check that because that's going to cost him some strikeouts. This will be his 2nd appearance. He's got 1 inning, 1 successful inning so far. So again, he will be on the mound to see if he can get Tony Perez. Doggy, I believe, was one of his nicknames. So versus a righty, he's a -2, so that'll make a C out of Herbel. Alex Johnson with good speed on first. Perez is homered and doubled. He's probably sad to see Bolin leave, as he wasn't having any difficulties with him. So a 55-8 on a C with a runner on first. Get on the right chart here. 55, again, is an 8 with a C pitcher, and that's a single to center field. Johnson with good speed and having the 2-out advantage will make it to third. So the Reds have him on the corner, so they're not giving up. So that brings Lee May to the plate. Tony Perez is a triple shy of the cycle. So runner on first and third. Perez is slow. Lee May will make a C as in cat. Herbel does not have a home run modifier, so it is what it is if May connects with one. 44-7 on a C, and that's a single to left. Hit on the screws. Marshall will play it on a hop, fire it back in. Perez will hold up at second, and the Reds are up 6-2. So they have now batted around. So Perez at second with slow speed. May at first. Johnny Bench up. Herbel not having much more success than his predecessor Bolin did. Bench is single to start the inning. Versus righties, he's a -2. That'll make a C out of Herbel. 13-14, and he does have the Z modifier, so that will be 2 balls to Johnny. 31 is a 9 on a C with runners on first and second, and that's going to be a grounder down to Davenport, and he will make the play, fire on to McCovey to end the inning. So out to stay 5-3, but not before the damage is done. So 5-3 on the putout. The Reds get 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. No errors. They leave 2 on. We've played 5. The Reds 6. Giants 2. So the Giants are obviously capable of scoring a lot of runs in a hurry. I would say between them and the Reds, it might be tough to decide who had the best offense overall. But both teams definitely able to score some runs. Again, this game in real life ended up being an 11-10 affair in 12 innings. So with these same pitchers and lineup, it was a slugfest. So we'll see how it goes, see if the Giants can get back in it. They do have Maloney on the mound, his weakness being his control. We got Hal Lanier leading off. He is 1 for 2 versus a righties. He will make an A as an apple out of Maloney. 46 is a 29, and that's a ground ball back to the mound. Maloney will field his position and throw him out for the first out of the inning. So this early in the game, I think they're going to go ahead and let Herbal hit. He was not a very impressive hitter, however. So Ron Herbal, the pitcher, is a right-handed hitter. He is average speed. So he will go ahead and hit here. He's a -4. That'll make an A as an apple out of Maloney. 62, and he strikes out swinging. So 2 out. And trying to get some innings out of Herbal. Willie Mays is 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. So he's having a good day versus Maloney. He will keep Maloney at a B. 2 out, nobody on. 56-34. The Reds are a 2, and that's going to be popped up on the infield. Hit pretty high, but Woodward will wait for it to come down, and that will do it for the Giants as they go in order. So always good to make sure when you get a big lead like that to come on and be aggressive, and Maloney did just that. So they go in order. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Reds still up by 4. Tommy Helms will start things off versus Herbal. Again, Herbal a 5. He does have the R and the Z. So again, I got to remember that R. Versus right-handers, -1, 6. So that'll make a C out of Herbal. 36-33. There are a 2, and he pops up on the infield. Hunt will signal that he has it, and everyone will acquiesce. First out of the inning. Woody Woodward's got a single and a run driven in today, his 2nd of the season. He will make Herbal a C as in cat. 16-28, and that's a routine grounder down to Lanier, and he will play it routinely for the 2nd out of the inning. Jim Maloney, he's walked and scored in his 2 plate appearances. He is a 0, so that will make a D as in dog out of Herbal. 31, and that's going to be a walk. So Herbal not able to close the deal here to get them 1, 2, 3. Walks the pitcher. Maloney is average speed, as we have already determined. So he's on first. They got 2 out. Pete Rose is 1 for 3. He does have that 2-run single last inning. Again, Herbal will be a D as in dog. Maloney with average speed, 2 out. Here is the pitch. 15 is a 10 on a D, and that's a single to right center. The runner to third. So with 2 outs, Maloney able to make it to third. That'll bring up Bobby Tolan. We're in the 6th. Pete Rose with his 2nd hit of the game. Pete Rose is fast. Then with on the 2nd pitch, it's a strike. Rose is taking off. Here's the throw by Hyatt. Lanier applies the tag, and Rose is in safe. So Pete Rose, being a little aggressive here with 2 out, is able to steal second base. That's his first stolen base of the season. So Charlie Hustle hustling there. So 2nd and 3rd. Bobby Tolan, 2 out versus a righty. Bobby Tolan makes a C out of Herbal. Here is the pitch. 62, and he strikes out swinging. So Herbal able to reach back and get a little bit more oomph on the fastball, and Tolan not able to catch up to it. And so he does a good job of holding the Reds scoreless here as they threaten but come up empty. No runs on a hit, no errors. They leave 2 runners on. We go to the 7th. It is 6-2 Cincinnati Reds. All right, Jim Maloney taking the mound here in the 7th. We'll start off with 2, 3, and 4 for San Francisco. Ron Hunt is a -4. That'll make an A as an apple out of Maloney. Hunt is reached on an error in 3 trips. 14, that's a lazy fly ball out to Johnson. He will take it for out number 1. Bonds has doubled, walked, driven in a run, scored, so he's had a pretty good game. He will make a B as in boy out of Maloney. 65, and that's going to be a hard grounder down to Perez at 3rd. He fields it, throws him out with a step to spare for out number 2. Quickly 2 away, and Willie McCovey, he's been intentionally walked twice and singled. He will make a B as in boy out of Maloney. 14, and that's a high fly ball out to opposite field, left center field. Johnson will wave that he has it, and Pete Rose will let him get it. That'll retire the side. So Covey hits a deep fly ball out to Johnson in left center field, but he's able to track it down. And that'll do it for the Giants as they go in order for the 2nd inning in a row. 7th inning stretch time here in Cincinnati. Our trivia question: can a fielder be charged with an error even if he didn't touch the ball? Can a fielder be charged with an error? I would say yes. I can't really think of an instance of of how that would work, but I'm going to go with yes. Yes, if the official scorer believes that the ball should have been handled with an ordinary effort. So I thought that was probably the case. I couldn't think of an instance, but all right. So Herbal, I'm going to see if he can get a little bit more. Clyde King trying to get a little bit more innings out of his reliever here. He's got the heart of the Cincinnati lineup to contend with. So Johnson will make a C out of Herbal. Johnson has an RBI single to show for his efforts today. 24, and he strikes out swinging. So nice change up there by Herbal, and Johnson, being aggressive, swings over the top of it. 2nd strikeout for Herbal. Oh, let's see, he's an R. But so you with the bases empty, that's still a strikeout. You have to be let's see. So that means, yeah. So that's going to be a strikeout because again, you have to have 2 outs for it to be for an R to become a flyout. So that one is a strikeout. However, Tolan's strikeout. See, there was runners on 2nd and 3rd to end last inning. I want to get this right. So a strikeout was 2nd and 3rd, and that would have been a pop out to 3rd. I'd have to go back and change all the way back to do that. So I'm going to leave it a strikeout. If I get another one that he does get a strikeout, well, actually, let's just change this one. So that'll even it out. So we're going to say Johnson popped out to 3rd because that's what that last strikeout would have been. So that'll even it out. Got to watch those R's. They'll get you. So we'll say that was a pop out to 3rd. And so that way, that'll make it even and right. So Johnson pops out. Not exactly for the batters, but at least for the pitcher. So got to pay attention to those R's and those double Z's, those ones that you don't see very often. It's real easy to forget about them. All right, 1 out. Tony Perez is 3 for 3. He needs a triple for the cycle. Herbal is a C on this one. 43, and that's a little grounder. Herbal off the mound, scoops it up, fires to 1st. 2 away. Lee May will step up to the plate. He's got an RBI single today. Versus righties is a -3, so that'll be a C for Herbal. 64, and that's a ground ball down to Davenport at 3rd, and he will fire on to 1st to end the inning. So the Reds go in order. Herbal doing a good job in relief since he came on. Now the Giants just need to get their offense going. Go to the top of the 8th. Still 6-2 Cincinnati. All right. Jack Hyatt will face Maloney. -2, 17. That'll make Maloney an A. Hyatt's 0 for 2 with a walk. 45, and that's going to be another walk. So walk number 5. So that's 11 walks. So Maloney's able to persevere, but those walks are going to come get him if he don't learn to throw it over the plate. So Hyatt's on first. He is slow. They will play it safe with him. Marshall will make us A as an apple out of Maloney. So runner on first. 43, that's a 29. The Reds are a 2. He's not a Y, so that's going to be grounded to Maloney. He's going to fire to Woodward at second base. He throws on to May, and Marshall beats it out. So that's just going to be a 1-6 fielder's choice. So fielder's choice, 1-6. Nice hustle by Marshall. 1 out. Fielder's choice. So Marshall is fast, so they at least exchange a quicker runner. Davenport will make an A as an apple out of Maloney. 1 out, runner on first. 22 is a 7 on an A with a runner on first. That's going to be a grounder to Perez. He charges. His only play will be to first. And he'll retire Davenport. Marshall will make it to second with 2 out. Hal Lanier with a runner in scoring position. He is 1 for 3 today. Marshall at second with good speed. Lanier will make an A as an apple out of Maloney. 46, 29. And that's a ground ball down to May. And he flips to Maloney, and that retires the side. So Maloney, again, those walks aren't getting him too bad yet. But so it's a ground out. He stays 3-1. He is out. He stays 3-1. All right. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-2 Cincinnati. So they're going to see what Herbal can do here. Again, he's pitched 2 innings so far, done a great job. He'll be on a short lease. He is scheduled to hit in the top of the 9th. So see what he is able to do. He's got 6, 7, and 8 scheduled here. He is a 5. Go to our bases empty chart. Johnny Bench has singled in 3 trips. -2, 7. He'll make a C out of Herbal. 15, and that's a single to center field. So Johnny Bench leads off with a single. So the going gets a little easier here for Herbal. So again, Clyde King's going to see if he can get out of it. He'll give him one more batter. Bench is average. Tommy Helms does have a single today in 3 trips. -1. He'll make a C out of Herbal. Here is the delivery. 41, 24, and that's a hit down to Lanier. Tailor-made 6-4-3 double play. So he hit it hard, but right at the shortstop, and they executed it perfectly. 2 away. 6-4. 6-4 to 3. And that brings Woodward. Nobody on, 2 out. Woodward is, he's got an RBI single and scored. He is a -3, so that'll make Herbal a 8, which is a C. Base is empty on our chart. Here is the pitch. 41, and that's another hard grounder to short. This time it'll just be 1 out. Lanier makes it. That'll do it for the Reds. So nice job by Herbal. He did a great job in relief. Now it's up to the San Francisco offense. In the top of the 9th, they're down by 4. Herbal's spot will be up first, so the Clyde King will look for a pinch hitter. Lefty Don Mason has been caught on to pinch hit. He's 0 for 4 so far from Boston, Massachusetts. Let's see, he's a -2, so that'll make an A as an apple out of Maloney. Maloney looking for the complete game. Again, he'll start with Mason here. Here is the pitch as he looks into bench for the sign. 56, 34, 2. That's going to be popped up on the infield. Woodward will signal that he has it, and he will take it out number 1. Go. There we go. Pop out 6, 1 away. Willie Mays, he is 2 for 4. He's had a pretty good day, a double. Run scored versus righty. He's a 0, so Maloney will be a B as in boy. 53-17. That's going to be checking our right fielder, and that's Tolan, who is a 2, and that's going to drop for a hit. So Tolan not able to field that one. That'll drop for a 1-out single, and Mays has his 3rd hit of the game. The Reds bullpen up and running. Like to getting the complete game here. We'll see how it goes. So Mays on first with good speed. Ron Hunt will take his crack here. -4, 19. So that'll make an A out of Maloney. Hunt is 0 for 4. Still hitting .308 for the season. Uh-oh. Maloney hangs one. 14-6. He is an A. That's going to be a double down the third base line. Perez not able to get to it. Johnson will get there. Let's see. And with good speed, Mays is going to score. And Hunt will hold up at second with his 7th run driven in and his first double. So Mays scores his 2nd run of the game. And first double of the year for Hunt. And that will bring Bonds. So that brings the tying run to the on deck circle. Got runner on second. We'll see what he can do here with Bonds, and then we'll probably need a reliever for McCovey. So Hunt is average speed at second base. There's 1 out, 1 run in already. Bonds is a 0, so he will make a B out of Maloney, and Bonds is 1 for 3. Here is the pitch. 45 is a 14, and that's going to be a walk. So that brings the tying run to the plate in McCovey. And according to Stratomatic, Maloney is tired. So Bonds is fast. Hunt is average. Tying run on the plate, at the plate with Willie McCovey, and Dave Bristol is going to be looking for a reliever. So the Reds don't have anybody in the bullpen who is a left-handed pitcher, so they're going to go with their closer, Wayne Granger, right-hander. He's a B with a Z modifier. He's a 13, which is kind of a middle B. So far, he is 0-1 with 1 save, 9 ERA, so not pitched great so far. He has his work cut out for him here. Again, there's no lefties in the Reds bullpen, all righties. So Willie McCovey will step in. Runners on first and second. There's 1 out. Tying run in Willie McCovey. He will make Granger a 12, which is still a B. He doesn't have a home run modifier, so whatever happens, happens there. McCovey is 1 for 2. He was been intentionally walked twice. Again, hottest hitter in the National League right now. Here is the pitch. 54, and that's a high drive out to right field. Tolan is there. He's a 2. Let's see. At second base is Hunt, and he is not fast, so they're not going to chance it. They don't want to make that 3rd out, so McCovey hit it a mile high, but Tolan able to get to it, and Hunt will hold up at second. So that was a big, big out there. Fly out 9. So it's up to Jack Hyatt, who has not been terribly successful today. He has walked twice. Now let's see if Clyde King might think about pinch hitting here for Mr. Hyatt. He didn't in the real game. See who they have on the bench. Anybody worth? Not really. All right, they're going to go with Hyatt here. Again, they didn't have the benefit of hindsight, so Hyatt is going to get the chance here. So -2 versus a righty is a 15, so he'll stay at a B. Again, he has walked twice today and struck out twice. So here we go. Let me get back to where I can see what's going on. Okay, here's the pitch. 44 is an 8 on a B. Oh, and that's going to be a ground ball down to Perez. He makes the play, throws on to May, and that will do it for the Giants. Ground out. Everybody else stays 5-3. So that's the game, guys. Giants made it interesting. Granger able to come on and get his second save of the year. Let's look at our box score. It's always fun to do. Let's see. It's all right. Let me get it here. That's not it. How about that? There it. Nope, that's not it either. Let's see. Nope. Well, shoot, I can't. It's not letting me do the box score. There it is. Okay, so you can see the Reds are victorious. 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. They go to 5-2. The Giants, with the loss, drop to 5-2. So again, this is promising to be a nice battle between the Reds, the Giants, and the Braves. It should be fun. Giants 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Bobby Bolin takes the loss. Not a great game at all. Maloney with the win, and the save from Granger, his second save. The star of the game, let's see. Tony Perez had 3 hits, 1 run, Pete had the 2-run single. That's a tough one. This one isn't a slam dunk. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Maloney because he pitched a good game against a tough team. So we'll say that Jim Maloney is the star of the game, and he gets a gift certificate to Ace Hardware here in beautiful Cincinnati. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, 69 replay rolling right along. This is game number 83. So again, this is a long-term thing. We'll see how it goes, but so far it's enjoyable. Things are working out pretty good. Having a good time, that's the big thing. So as usual, any comments, feel free to chime in, and I appreciate it very much. I'll see you next time.